to the Magic of Joy channel. So today I want to discuss the illusion of inadequacy and how it's not about you. Now, most of us have the experience of feeling inadequate, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. But if we take a step back from it, what you'll notice is that inadequacy is actually a judgment. So therefore, it's a perception and it's not necessarily the truth. Inadequacy, or the suggestion of it, is a way to make someone or something wrong, unsuitable, a mistake, or even rejectable. By making someone inadequate, we treat them like a resource, not like a person. And that's very dehumanizing. We say they don't measure up. They don't measure up in what way? And this leads us to something very powerful in human life, and that's the power of disappointment. We get the messages, both overt and subtle, when we're young, that somehow we're missing the mark, that our behavior or who we are is somehow just not how it's done, or that we're not like others when we're supposed to be. It can be just a look. Sometimes it comes from the flatness of how others engage with us. Or, that blank stare, like we're living on another planet. You probably know that one. Whatever the style of the response to us, we get the message that we're somehow off in some way. The subtle messages can escalate and they can become more overt. These are messages that we're a disappointment, that we have failed those around us who support us and are entitled to have us be what they expect us to be. The suggestion is that we have failed our tribe. Part of this is the implication that we owe others something just for being here. There's a debt assigned to us as part of being in this world, a debt that perhaps we did not sign up for and that is not of our choosing. It's not the same as giving back out of gratitude, which is something treated as a debt sometimes. Essentially, we're being told directly or indirectly that we are responsible for supporting and upholding the social norms of our social circle and culture, and that it is a responsibility greater than any responsibility to ourselves. When we get messages of disappointment, we're being told that we're not doing our part, that doing our part looks a certain way, and that is what is required of us. What do we do then when doing our part means doing something criminal, like, let's say, stealing, if that's one of the social norms? Messages of disappointment are only as good as the person delivering them. If the person sending the message is immature or unwise, or even worse, then we're receiving poor information. But of course, we don't know that when we're young. Furthermore, when social norms have been established and most people support them, they can be hard to question. So our feelings of inadequacy can remain in spite of any accomplishments because we do not fit with social norms and are therefore likely to always be labeled inadequate. People of color, of different kinds of sexual orientations, and women know this all too well. And disappointment can go further and become a form of bullying. Because we're social creatures and want and need to connect with others, disappointment in the hands of authoritarian individuals and groups can become a form of bullying. When we get this form of bullying, especially when we're young, we start to give up parts of ourselves in order to protect our standing in our social group. We internalize the demands and expectations of others as requirements for our survival. That's not wrong, even if we have to suppress or repress important parts of ourselves. One of our biggest fears is being ostracized because we're different and therefore unwelcome, which also means being unsupported by our group. The chilling energy of disappointment hurts our hearts. Our need to survive and to get along with others overtakes our desire to be a co-creator of joy in the world. Our deep desire to connect with others in that way is shelved for what others will accept, not what is possible. And that, unfortunately, that experience leads to the dangers of othering. Othering is what happens when we do not fit into or acquiesce to the social norms of our group or tribe. We essentially become tools of what is in order not to be seen as defective or to feel the pain of being treated that way. Othering makes you less of a resource, which is already dehumanizing and also expendable, and actually more expendable than those who are willing and able to be a resource for the status quo. Othering is a way that the status quo defends itself against people who ask questions and are willing to seek better ways of living. It's fair to say that if you do not go along, you are likely to be othered and perhaps treated like a disappointment. It's important to understand that adequacy comes from serving the status quo and inadequacy from not doing so. So how does a joy practice help us with that? Well, a joy practice is invested in quality of life, making the best of things, the common good, and serving the good in life, None of that is about protecting the status quo and social and economic hierarchies. In fact, joy as a practice and as an experience transcends hierarchies of all kinds, and it meets us in a human place, not a competitive place. Joy as a practice also recognizes change as natural and even helpful. So it does not fight change or try to put a harness on you to protect something or someone from change. A joy practice creates the flexibility and adaptability in us that's required to live in a robust and resilient way. We only serve well when we embrace ways of living that make us stronger. A joy practice wants to bring out the best in each person and our life circumstances. It has no need to keep anyone down. It does not need threats or harnesses because most people want to feel good and they want to invite that which makes life better for everyone. Fighting change only hurts us. A joy practice makes change easier, more natural, and more rewarding. We owe it to ourselves to let go of illusions of inadequacy created by cultural systems that refuse change. Shifting into a joy practice will help you do that, and the world will thank you. Maybe not right away, but eventually. I will. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed learning more about how joy can transform your life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on the transformative power of joy. I'll be back soon to give you more information about how joy as a practice and compass can transform your life. Stay well and joyful until then, and thank you for watching.